Welcome. If you're just joining, this is my week 44 live update of my MSTR journey where I invest $50 every single day for the next 20 years. But 20 years is a very long time, and that's not the point for now. Right now, my forecast is for the next 100 shares, which is, to be honest, I can't believe that at the moment I have 64 shares, which is a lot for a stock like strategy or formerly macro strategy. What is this? So this week we're going to talk about a few things. Where am I in it? Where am I in this journey? Because I just completed week 44. Remember, 1 year has 52 weeks. I just completed week 44 of investing $50 a day without missing a single day. If that's not a milestone, I don't know what that is. Because most people, they really can't go past 3 months of investing. Hell, they can't even show you the red days. They only show you the wins. But I'm excited for myself, not because the portfolio is doing great, but because my discipline is way, way up there. But before we get there, I just want to pull up this screen. Let me share the screen right here a little quick. Where is the screen? Okay, let me share it. Yeah, hopefully it's going to let me share it. Let me see. Nope. For some reason, it can't let me share the screen. I want to show you the screenshot from last week or last Friday, which was the end of week 44. Anyway, let me see if you can see it. So I'll just read it to you. So last week, I closed my portfolio with 64.75 shares. The market value or the portfolio value of my strategy or micro or strategy is 8,485. The average cost was at 247, which is a very, very big difference compared to where I was last year. Because at some point, my average cost was at $400. Because when I started, I was just, the strategy was way up. At some point, it was like a 452, I believe. So, but today, my average cost is 247. And of course, I share this every single day. I make it 30 seconds to 1 minute shorts every single day to update you guys. I show all the wins, the losses, and everything. So I closed week 44 with, I'm down 47%. I've been dancing this range for a while now. Because to be honest, we'll talk about this later. The market, especially the crypto and crypto-related stocks, the market is very weak at the moment. So last week I closed the strategy closed at 131 per share, which is better than 101, what it was, I think, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, almost $100. So this is a big improvement, but the market is still weak. And I believe we might be in a, in a crypto winter at the moment. Okay. Stop sharing for a moment. So last week, I gained almost 3.5 shares because I closed with 34. I closed with 34 at 61 shares, And week 44, I closed 64 shares, I believe. Yes, 64 shares. To be honest, I'm really proud of myself. Yes, I'm down 47%, which is a big deal, especially that most people never show that side of the market. They only show all the wins, but I'm here to show you all the ups and downs. So that's not that, that's the whole point of this this journey. But my next checkpoint, or milestone checkpoint, or mental checkpoint, whatever you want to do, or however you want to call it, is the next 100 shares. Right now, I'm at 64 shares. So I'm at 64.75 shares. So that means I still have about 35 shares left. So at this rate, if strategy doesn't go up, if strategy, stays like in this range between 120, or let's say between $100 and 130, I'm thinking probably I'll hit 100 shares by June. Yes, it sounds like far away, but remember, strategy is a very big stack. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Bako. I've been doing this. I've been investing $50 a day since April 21st of 2025. So it's been 44 weeks. Today's Monday. I just started week 45. So let me plug in my laptop before it dies. Okay. So yeah, in this video, in this live, we're going to talk about market psychology. Why am I still here, even though I'm down bad? Because I'm investing real money. $50 a day is not a joke. And usually on Monday, I usually invest $50 extra. $50 extra to cover for the weekends. And on holiday, special like this week 44, I invest $50 extra to cover for the present day, which was Monday, since the market was closed. So I'm investing real money, and I'm willing to show all the ups and downs, the psychology, why am I staying consistent. We'll talk about all this into this video. And every single Monday, I'm trying to do on Saturdays, which is better for a lot of people, but every single Monday, I'll do my best. By the way, if you see me look down, I'm looking at my notes. So, because I don't want to miss anything. So every single Monday, I go live around 11 a.m. Today, I went live a little bit early. We're still like 10:54. That's Mountain Time. So if you live in Eastern Time, that means I go live 1 p.m. Eastern Time. So I show everything, the wins, the losses. I never hide anything. So make sure you join me every Monday. I'll do my best to see if I can move it to Saturday, but that would depend on my job. By the way, I'm not new to investing. I've been investing since 2018. Yes, to a lot of people that's new, but that's almost 10 years. And the biggest win, one thing that really opened my mind, is when I invested it was 1,832, and I cashed out 151,000. That wasn't just in 3 months span. Remember when Dogecoin went out? That's when I made that money. I bought it at 0.0032 and I sold it at 0.42, around that range. It went up to 72 cents, which I think that portfolio alone was like a 200,000. But when Elon Musk went to SNL and made that stupid comment, my portfolio went down to like 151. So that's when I realized if I can invest 1,800 and cash out 151,000, that's a lot of money. At some point, that portfolio was like around 1,700. Yes, I made it at that. Good investments, especially during COVID. We all made a lot of money. I remember some nights I was making like 20,000, 40,000. That was during COVID. things were very insane. So that's when I realized you can literally make money. You can make a living, if not change your life, just off investing. So I'm not new to this. I have a private portfolio, which I probably won't talk about it or show. I might, maybe in the future. But at the moment, I only show strategy because I want to show that if you buy and hold, you have a high chance of making more money or building real wealth than just buy and selling or day trade. By the way, do I day trade? Sometimes I do in my private portfolio, but it's not a, my apologies. It's not something I recommend. Absolutely not. If you are, in order to become a successful day trader, you have to treat it like a full-time job. You know, they say a lot of millionaires came from. If you see like a lot of millionaires are like teachers. You know, people wear 9 to 5 jobs. People don't talk about that a lot. When they say millionaire, they only show people with flashy things like YouTubers, like these influencers, business people. Not really. A lot of millionaires just made their money through buying and holding, in their 401k, traditional retirement, or whatever, traditional RA. By the way, I would highly recommend if you are eligible or qualified, you should get a traditional RA. It's good to have. I would argue that it's better than the 401k because you pick your own stocks. You choose where you want your money to go. But for the 401k, they do it for you. Your company or whatever firm that your company is using, that firm chooses for you where to put your money. But also, if you have 401k job, you should maximize your return. Don't think, oh, it's slow. I'm not allowed to get it until I'm at least 59 and a half. Because I know people say you have to be 65 to start accessing your retirement. That's a lie. You have to be 59. Yes, rules are going to change, but you have to be at least 59. So the point is, you just need to maximize every single dollar you think you can get from an employer. It's free money. It's free money, tax free. Plus, remember, even at the traditional RA is tax free. Plus, you can claim it the traditional RA. You can claim it on your taxes. It gives you some credit. I've been using it for some time now. So yeah, I've been using it for some time now. Depending on your income, it can boost your refund up to like 2,000, if not more. But don't call me on that. So do your own research. But that's the beauty of traditional RA. It's tax free, and you can claim it on your taxes. So just think about it. For my traditional RA, I use Robinhood. I know a lot of people are against to use Robinhood, but it's just easy. It's easy to use, it's accessible, and it's really beginner friendly. I'm not a beginner, but still, why complicate my life? Yes, I have other ones like Webull, Acorn. Acorn is the best if you want to be hands free and if you want to do like your roundups. And if you want to special invest for your family, like your children, I will highly recommend Acorn. If you want to be get into crypto, Coinbase, if it's available in your country, it's the best. Especially if you live in the West, Coinbase is definitely the best because it's highly regulated by the United States government. So, which means they can just run away with the people's funds. So, just think about it. And I also like a crypto.com. I like it because you can trade stocks and cryptos from one platform, which is crypto.com. Yes, you can do the same Robinhood, but crypto.com has more coin than Robinhood. So Just if you want to invest, there's more. I left a lot of links in the description of this video. So make sure you look it up and choose what fits your needs and wants, and they just start there. Plus, they give you like free stocks or free cash, depending on which one you opened. And there's nothing wrong there's nothing wrong with having all of them. The reason why, okay, here's something probably I haven't talked about here. I believe that you should have at least 3 brokerage accounts. One for long-term investing. That one is like your retirement, but in a taxable brokerage account where you can access it when you want to. When I say when you want to, not because, not to say if you want to fix your tire, you access it now. I mean, if you really have to. So one is for long-term investing. Another one is for swing trades. Another one is just if you want to play around with day trade. Because you don't want to do everything in one, you don't want to do everything in one brokerage account. I would highly say, yes, you can start with one and add more as you go. But never day trade, swing trade, and long-term investing in one account. That will not just confuse you, that will make you, that will drive you crazy. I've tried it before. It didn't work. It didn't. The reason is, I always, every time I saw there was like some margin, because let's say if you have some money sitting in a long-term investing or stocks, you get margin for that. So I always wanted to invest that margin, which made a lot of mistakes. That at some point made me sell everything, just to chase the hype. You should never chase the hype. Just invest little by little as you go. As of today, like I say, it's not even here, and I'm eyeing on 100 shares right now. I have 64.75 shares of our strategy. And if you're not new here, if you've been following the journey, I've been showing this since day one. In the beginning, I was showing just on my website at bacoinvest.com, but today I graduated. I took it to YouTube. Honestly, at first I was just scared, like, what would people think about my accent? Why would anyone listen to me? But I'm like, these guys are listening to them. They're really not they're not special. They're not. They just trusted themselves, got out there, were live on 0 views, made a bunch of videos where they were getting 0 views. And today, people see them as experts. It's not because they're perfect. It's just they just have balls, let me put it that way. So, and I came to realize once I started doing it, nobody care. Nobody care at all. At least from what I've experienced, nobody care. Yes, you get a little mean comments here and there, but you get a good one too. But the whole point of this journey is to show you that you don't need a lot of money up front. You can invest little by little and add more as you go. Like last week, I added $100 extra for no reason. Well, the reason is because strategy is down. And I'll do my best without compromising to add a little more as I go, while strategy is still down. Because I believe these prices, yes, we're technically in a crypto winter. Not the brutal one yet, but we're in a crypto winter. But these prices, when the bull market comes back, yes, people might say, how do you know it's going to come back? I know that the market have cycles. So now today we're in a downtrend cycle. It could take a year, it could take 3 years, it could take 4, even 5. But there will be another, there will be another upward cycles, which is why I believe that it's always nice to take a risk, because the biggest risk is not to take one. So let me make sure I'm covering everything. So yeah, like I mentioned, I'm 35 shares away from 100, and I'm still down nearly 50%, which is a big deal. And to be honest, if you're new here, I'm just investing $50 a day into MSTR or strategy for 20 years. So this is week 44 update. And what am I missing? So yeah, I'm done 47%. I'm done 47%, still buying. And this is another thing I need to touch about, the psychology about the red wicks. Why do they matter? Red wicks is where you build the actual, in a red wicks, like today, is when you actually build the like real wealth, because you're buying cheap shares. Yes, it feels good, to buy when the market is on a FOMO, when everyone is chasing, pushing the price up, high. But when the market's gone down, that's actually when you buy more shares. That's when you buy more shares. That's when your portfolio gets bigger faster, because when the bull cycle comes back, you make more money than if you were chasing, like the FOMO. Because if it's good, you feel like your stock, every time, let's say you drop in $50, and then in the next 2 minutes it goes up $2. But what you're not realizing is you're actually losing money because you're buying high. When that FOMO dies out, you hold the bag. But when the stock market is down, that's actually when you should go in heavier. Right now, usually I buy $50 a day every single day, but $50 a day, it's a benchmark. $50 a day is just that one thing that I tell myself, like, it's a must. It's a must. I have to, but it's not the end goal. I can invest more, but in order to invest more, I have to know exactly what am I investing in. When am I investing? Should I buy more when the stock market is in a FOMO mode, or should I buy more when the stock market is down? When everyone is like, the stock is going to zero, Bitcoin is going to zero. So yes, red wicks are the best if you want to build wealth. By the way, if you're still here watching, what do you think? Okay. So, and then here's another thing: confidence and consistency. Consistency is the reason why I'm still here. To be honest, I haven't seen any green on my portfolio for months now. But I haven't seen any green from my portfolio right now. But the thing is, I'm still here simply because of consistency. This journey or this investment is tied to something bigger. Right now, I'm eyeing on the next 100 shares. When can I hit 100 shares? That's my next goal. Yes, I'm planning to do this for the next 20 years. But even during the 20 years, my apologies. But even the next 20 years, there's some little milestone in a way in between. My previous milestone was 50 shares. Today, my next milestone is 100 shares, and I'm just 35 shares away. So the reason why I'm still here and still confident is because I'm not dumping a bunch of money, like upfront. I'm doing $50 a day, which makes it look so small. But if you zoom out, without doing anything extra, if you zoom out, I invest 18,250 every year. It might be more because every now and then I add on more money whenever I feel like I have some extra cash or extra powder. But consistency and buying in small chunks is the best way to stay positive while you stay down. Because once you start dumping in like 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, even 100,000 if you have it, that's when your emotions still going up. Start asking like, what am I doing? But if you're just buying $5, $10, and plus, if you automate it, it's a plus because that's what I do. My investments are automated. So buying in small chunks, the $50 a day, it really helps me to stay consistent and confident. And here's another thing. Most people, this microphone is on the way. Most people, they really never reach 100 shares. Not because they can't, but because because they buy in a big chunks. And then once the stock, once their portfolio or stocks start going down, they sell everything because they are not just investing; they are emotionally heavily invested. Which is why you should always, if you can, buy in chunks or automate it. You can say every Friday I buy $50. Every Friday you automate to buy $200, depending on how deep your pocket is. But you should never just say, let me drop in. Okay, imagine if I would have invested, let's say dump in like 20K when it was at $400. Right now, I'll be looking at my account and be like, holy crap. But today, I feel okay because I let the system, I set up the system and the system does the rest. Yes, I drop in a few dollars extra here and there, and those ones are manually. But I have $50 a day set up for every single day, automatic. I don't have to do anything; it just by itself. And then I have another $100 automation set up for Mondays, which is for Mondays to cover for the weekends. Since the stock market does not open on the weekend, but just because it doesn't open on the weekend, it doesn't mean I have to close too. So I have an automation. Let me see if I can. Let me see. Let me see if I can pull it up. Let me go to my. Okay. Let me share the screen first, so we're on the same page. Okay. Okay, let me see. Okay, so now that I have, okay, so let me go to backoinvest.com. You can see that's my website. Let me go to this article, why I'm betting on one stock for 20 years and showing every step. I'm trying to just show you what I'm telling you that is true. Okay, let's go up. I usually link every week's update here. So let's say week 1, and let me click on that. Okay, week 1. That's the whole article. You can see on week 1, I ended week 1 with 0.72 shares. Today I'm at 64 shares. 268. That was the market value. The price on week one, the price was at 343. Today strategy. Let me see if I look at what it is today, because today's Monday, so the market is open. Today strategy is at 124. I'm saying today when I'm shooting this, but today's day one of week 45. So, but the point of this video is just okay. Back then, Bitcoin was on 5K. MicroStrategy was at 367 when the week ended. Well, what is it at? Let me try another week. Let me see, maybe week. Yeah, these weeks they're already reading. I've been busy. This is my busiest season of my job or my business. So I really don't have time to. I already wrote them. I just need to go back and edit them, make sure everything looks good before they go live. Where is it? Where is? So as you can see, this is week 31. Week 31, I had 32 shares. So basically, in just because this is week 31, I ended with 32 shares, so down 64. So I doubled my shares in less than. So it took me 31 weeks. It took me 31 weeks to make 32 shares, but it only took me 13 shares, I believe. Somebody help me with the math. 13 shares. It took me 13 weeks to make the same amount. So you can see where the market is down, because right here the market was at 339. But today, since the market is down, I doubled my shares. This proves what I'll tell you, that when the market is down, that's when you actually buy more. Yeah, never mind. I can't remember which weeks I wrote it. Let's see week 30. Let's see week 30. I know I showed that in week 43. You can always go back. And I usually show how many shares I had for each week and how much money, what was the portfolio value for each week. So yeah, this is usually how I do it. And then I usually go back and show you and then compare. I usually go back and compare strategy to this MSTR to Bitcoin, QQQ, SPY, and gold for from each week. But never mind. Let's just go back to normal. To the screen. So I will highly encourage you to start investing, and when you do it in a small chunks. Because the point of the journey is I'm just trying to show you that you can do it, whether you are a 9 to 5, whether you own a business, whether you are an immigrant. Everyone should invest. Everyone should invest. But how you do it matters more than anything. It's all about setting up a system. Everyone has their own system. My system is buying every single day, $50 without missing a day. No excuses. If I don't have it, I would definitely go outside the Uber, make sure I have that $50 for that day. So I have a zero excuse. I have to do it. So right now, my next milestone checkpoint is 100 shares. But it's got to, So that means I have 35 more shares. So it's going to depend on where strategy is going to will be in a price range or price wise. Because if it goes up to like 300, 400, it'll probably take me longer to get to 100 shares. Today I'm at 64 shares. But if it stays down for a little bit, I'll definitely get there sooner. Like how you saw, it took me 32 weeks to gain 32 shares. Sorry. But it only took me but after that, it took me 13 weeks to make the same amount of shares. Meaning, when the stock is down, you should always buy more. By the way, my name is Bako. This is my weekly live. I'm done for today. I'll see you next week in week 45. Bye-bye for now.